What's new, Poke Crew? It is Uturn Crowbat here, and you're watching Uturn Central. Now, before I get started, please make sure you go into my description. Make sure you click on the link for Poketown. Make sure you show them some Uturn love. That would be awesome. Now, I'm bringing you another Wi-Fi battle against Vince. Now, Vince is another YouTuber. He goes by the name of Scruffy Scraggy. I like how I said that, actually, but he goes by the name of Scruffy Scraggy. So definitely go into my link, go into my description, click on that link for his YouTube channel, show him some Uturn love. That would be awesome. I'm bringing my Skarmory, my Mudkip, Swampert, my Venusaur, my Mancha, my Starmie, and my Ninetales. Now, I've got to say that this was a rather unfortunate battle for me, because I just kind of, I was on a losing streak, and it just kind of didn't play out on my favor. You know, it's whatever. I didn't really do a good job in this battle, but it was a lot of fun. I will admit that it was a lot of fun. He and I were talking afterwards and everything. I told him, you know, that it wasn't really a great battle for me, but I did have a lot of fun, and he and I will definitely battle some more. So I ended up going out into my Skarmory, just throwing my rocks out there. He did switch out from his Configure, I guess, to his Charizard, predicting the rocks, because he did not want his Charizard going in like a first turn, getting hit those rocks. So that was a good play on his part. Now, he ends up getting the Drought up after Mega Evolving, which is just fine. Now, I wanted to stay in, because even if he did hit me with a fire move, I was going to take it, because I do have Sturdy. Now, he does hit me with a Solar Beam, and I'm assuming he was going to predict me to withdraw into Swampert or Starmie or something, but it did not really play out in his favor, unfortunately, because I wanted to leave my Skarmory out, because I wanted to try and just bring his team down low in health, you know? Because I wanted to try and use my Skarmory as much as I could. So he ends up going on to a Scrafty, and I wanted to try and either get like, I wanted to try and get a Drill Peck off or something, you know. I wanted to try and just weaken the Scrafty here. Now, it does a decent amount, and that was awesome. I'm glad it does that much. I know that he's weak to flying, and that's why, but he ends up using the Drain Punch right here, and it doesn't do much, but the problem is he does get all that HP back, and that's just rather unfortunate, because it just, you know, it's just horrible. So I whirlwind him out, because I don't want to take another Drain Punch, you know. So he ends up going out into Greninja, which is fine, because I'm assuming at this point, you know, when I was in this battle, I was assuming that I can take an Ice Beam or possibly a Waterfall. But the thing, he ends up using the Ice Beam, and it just, I don't know, guys. This was just a bad day for me. Because the Ice Beam does take my Skarmory out right here, and I end up going on to my Lotus because I know that I can take any one of his attacks. So he withdraws knowing that, and I do end up Mega Evolving. Now he ends up going out with just Porygon 2, which is just a big fat bag of bulk. So there's really not much my Venusaur can do. I mean, I can try putting it to sleep, but at some point, that Porygon will wake up, and that Porygon will wreck some face, you know, if I let it. But like I said, I did put the Porygon 2 to sleep, because I don't want to take any of his attacks. He's scary! He's just scary! And so I switch out, because I want to try and get a high jump kick off on the Porygon 2. So, the thing was, he decides to stay in, but stupid me, I was assuming he was going to switch out. And he does, but I was going to try and, I figured I was going to try and use a Stone Edge or something, but the problem is he switches out into his Configurus, and that's horrible, because I end up using the high jump kick on a Ghost, and it does nothing! And it just makes me live with like about half HP, and that's horrible, so I switch out because I don't want to do that again. Yeah. So, stupid me. I switch out into my Mudkip, my Swampert, because I want to try and get either a Scald and burn him, or get an EQ off or something, you know? But unfortunately, he does burn me, and that's rather unfortunate, but it's whatever, because I do know rest, so I can just go to sleep and just not be burned anymore. So I end up using the Curse, because I want to be able to take some of his attacks. Now, he has used the Hex on me while I'm burned, which is just awful! because Hex does a lot more damage when you're like paralyzed, asleep, or burned or something, but he ends up using the Protect, which is, you know, fine, whatever, because I end up using the Curse just to get more of that defense up, because I want to be able to take another Hex. I figured he was going to do that, or a Shadow Ball, so I wanted to take any of those attacks. So I ended up using my Curse, and he does throw out another Hex on me, and I decided that I need to use Rest, like now. So I ended up using my Rest, and I do, you know, eat my Chesto Bear and wake up and everything. Now, I am living with full HP, and I am pretty bulky now, so there's really not tons he can do but burn me again. So, like I said, I wake up from my Chesto, and he does burn me again. So, should have predicted that. I should have went out into my Starmie, because my Starmie knows Natural Cure. So if he did burn me, you know, I would have just switched my Starmie in and switched it out, whatever, and it would have been fine. But I didn't. So he ends up going out into his Charizard, which is perfectly fine because he gets all that damage from my rocks. Now, even with the Drought, if he went for a fire move, that would have been fine. But the problem is, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because obviously Scald isn't gonna do shit to a fire Pokemon when the sun is out, you know. So I ended up going on to my Ninetales because I want to try and get, you know, a Flamethrower off if I decide to use my Nasty Plot. Now, I know the Solar Beam isn't gonna do much, so I want to try and you know, use my Nasty Plot and then a Flamethrower. But he ends up using the Air Slash on me, which is just rather unfortunate for me because I don't want to die. And so, unfortunately, he does take me out right here with another Air Slash and just wrecks me. So, there was that. I was not playing well at all, but, you know, it's whatever, I don't really care at this point because it was a lot of fun now that I'm looking at it. But I ended up going into Lotus, not really sure why, because I am weak, even though I'm a faggy fat, I am weak to flying, and I am weak to fire. So I have no idea what the hell I was thinking, but I knew that I could take at least one flying attack, so then I can just take out the Charizard with the Sludge Bomb. So that is what my prediction was. Now that the sun is gone, I'm able to get a decent HP fire off on anyone if I needed that, but unfortunately I don't. Actually the sun would have helped me more if I used my HP fire, but oh well. Now he ends up using the extra sentry meant for my Venusaur on my Mudkips, and it does not do much to me, because even without my curse advantage, I am somewhat bulky. So with that being said, I know what my Swampert is able to take, and he goes out into his Porygon, just predicting, you know, when he's going to wake up and when he's gonna attack and everything, which is awesome because I still can't really predict when I'm gonna wake up. So I go to sleep, not predicting when I'm gonna wake up, but I go to sleep anyways just because I want to get the HP back, and I'm hoping that I can just take any attacks by the Porygon, but I switch out because I do not want to take that chance, you know? So I go into my Menchou because I want to try and get the high jump kick! And luckily for me, my Menchou is the regenerator of sorts, so I am able to get all that HP back, which is just fantastic! And he does use Recover, which just is awful. So I switch out because, I don't know. I know Porygons are bulky, so I'm assuming that if I had hit the Porygon with a high jump kick, it may not have taken it out, but I don't know. We'll never see. So he ends up going on to his Jungle Fever, his Venusaur, and he ends up outspeeding and just taking my Venusaur out with the Sludge Bomb, which is just rather unfortunate because I'm just over it at this point. But you know, it was great that he outsped. I battled maybe 2 or 3 Venusaurs that I have outsped, so I have never really faced a Venusaur that has outsped me. So that's pretty awesome. And I do just barely make the Venusaur live after getting a Psyshock on. Now he does take me out, unfortunately, or just barely making me live with with 1 HP after the Giga. Now the thing was, I was watching his video while he was battling me. I watched his, and he thought that I had the sash. Now it was not the sash I was holding, but it was luck. Yeah, it was luck. I went and I visited a little leprechaun just before this battle because I knew I may have needed it because I was on the losing streak. And so I talked to that leprechaun, and he gave me a gold shiny, coin, and I held it. I pressed it against my heart because I wanted all that leprechaun power luck inside me. So that's what I did, and that's how I was able to live. But I ended up taking the Configuragus out, luckily, because I don't want to put up with him. So he ends up going on to Good Ninja, which is just awful because now he can just take my Starmie out, and he is choiced. I forget what he said, but he's holding something. So I ended up switching out into my Mudkips because I want to try and take his attacks. I want to try and at least break through my sleep, but he ends up using the extra sentry, and it does not do much to me. But the problem is that I'm asleep, so I can't really do anything. But he ends up getting another extra sentry on me. When I first went to sleep, what I should have done is stayed in for at least 1 turn or maybe 2, because now I may have woken up. But he ends up going on to Paragon 2, and that's a problem because I'm still asleep. There's nothing I can do. So what I'm thinking is I should probably try switching out, but he ends up using the Toxic, and with that being said, when I saw that he did that, I decided to stay in because I may have been able to take it out, but clearly I can't because, like I said, Paragon 2s are just a big fat bag of bulk, so there's nothing I can do. So he ends up using the Toxic on my Swampert and just, wrecking me. Not that using Curse right here is gonna matter, but I do it anyways just to, get my defense up because I want to have a chance, I don't want to go down to Toxic that fast, but I'm going to. And he ends up using the Ice Beam. And the thing is, guys, it does not do much to me. So I end up using my Rest because I want to try and I want to have a chance, So I use my Rest to get all that HP back. And I guess he predicted that. So he ended up using the cover, which is just fantastic. Which is fantastic because he gets that HP back. And he's just going to be a trooper. And he is just going to withdraw. And he is just going to go into someone who can just destroy me. Which is an excellent plan on his part. So he ends up going into his Mega Venusaur. And I stay in because I wanted to try and break through the sleep. But he ends up using the Giga Drain on my Swampert and just taking me out. Not that I really needed that bitch slap to the face, but it was pretty cool. Because he just took me out with 1 hit. So looking at it now, that was awesome. Because now that my Side Shock is not gonna take the Venusaur out. So he ends up taking my my Starmie out right here, and unfortunately he's not gonna really get much HP back because I'm basically dead at that point. But what I was trying to say earlier was that, like, when you hit someone with a super effective attack and it takes them out with 1 hit, it's awesome to see that. And so, if I'm putting myself in his shoes, if he saw that he just took my Swampert out, with 1 hit with the Giga, then he must have been pretty happy. Hell, I would have been really happy, if I were him. So, he ends up going on to Paragon 2, and I need to try, and get the high jump kick off. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I ended up using the Stone Edge, thinking he was going to withdraw, because I knew he was going to, I know that he was a good battler, so I ended up using the high jump kick and just taking the Paragon 2 out. I wish I should have done that before, because I wouldn't have had so many problems. But he ends up going on just a good ninja right here, and he ends up using the extra sentry on my Manchow. Watch. I ended up using the fake out because I wanted to try and, I know that was a misclick on my part, but as soon as I clicked it, I was like, okay, well, now that I've clicked it, hopefully it'll work, and hopefully I'll hit him, you know? That was my mindset. But it did not work. Anyways, you know what? You win some, you lose some, so I don't really care. This was a fun battle. It was a long battle, so I hope you guys like it! Now, I want you guys to go into my description. Do not forget to do this because it is vitally important for your livelihoods. So I want you to go into my description, make sure you click on the link for Scruffy Scraggy, and I want you to RCS to me, rate, comment, and subscribe! Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace. And I'm thinking I don't want to take any moves the thing has to offer, so I switch out into my